only for their prowess on the field. That's understood. That's been going on for decades in this country. I heard about it at Berkeley. They were taking in student athletes who had D averages because they were good at sports. Okay, it's gone on. But never before have I seen these dummies take over a campus and say, do it our way. That's called a retrograde mentality. You're going to take a young man who's studying astrophysics on how to launch a rocket and brainwash him with the garbage that they want to put on. Have you seen their list of demands?
This is the tail wagging the dog, for sure. Exactly what
I wouldn't use the word tail wagging the dog. I would use other flowery words, but this is a family show. All right, my friend, if you name it, you gain it. What's the book's name?
There's something. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Sorry, time is up. See, there's actually a penalty for not knowing the title of my book. It's interesting, of the millions of listeners to the show, you'd think, oh, everyone knows it's Government Zero, and they all bought a book. They didn't all buy the book. They don't. Most people don't read. Most people don't read, and they get their news from, you're not going to believe it. You may think this is funny. Do you know where most people get their news from? Radio. And the internet. They don't read newspapers anymore. It's very interesting. All right, we're talking about what's going on in Missouri, and I've linked it to something much broader than that. I've linked it to China's Red Guards. I've also alleged that this is coming out of the White House, because I can play a tape for you when I come back, where the spokesmouth celebrates the courage of the Mizzou protesters, which is the exact opposite. This is not courage. This is hateful violence being committed by a bunch of hardened leftists who are going to destroy freedom of speech in America for all of us. I'll be back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
Your Savage Nation is sponsored by SwissAmerica.com. It's the only company I trust for tangible assets, gold and silver. Call 800-BUICO. We have almost no time left. Let's go right to the caller, Lino, on KKOH in Reno, Nevada. Please make your point, Lino.
Yes, Michael. In the past, you've supported the idea of a muscular Christianity, one in which we have a condition in which we build up our civilization through it. Christianity, after all, transmitted.
Your main point is that Michelle Bachmann has every right to say Jews should convert. Well, when I asked for a militant or muscular Christianity, I didn't have the Jews in mind. I kind of thought that a militant Christianity would have Muslims in mind. I mean, why pick on a small number of people as your target group? I think that this is not a militant or muscular Christianity. I think it's very cowardly Christianity to call for the conversion of Jews, don't you?
No, Christianity has everybody as a target, and as a consequence of that...
Really? How come they're not evangelizing in the Middle East amongst Muslims? In fact, Christianity is disappearing in the Middle East. I mean, that's where you need militant Christianity. You don't need it amongst Jews. You need it amongst Muslims.
They have in the past. If you read the story of St. Francis did exactly that and was quite successful in doing it. And so was St. Thomas Aquinas later on in the Middle Ages. At the same time...
Well, I would say, why don't you just leave the Jews alone? They're not your enemy. Your enemy, the enemies of Christians right now are Muslims. In fact, the UN chief himself said that Christianity may be exterminated in the Middle East. And you could thank Ayatollah Obama for that, for not lifting a damn pinky to defend Christians. That's who the Christians ought to be rioting against.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage. Warning. The Savage Nation contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised. And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation, home of unprotected talk, borders, language, culture. And here he is, Michael Savage.
Welcome back to the Savage Nation. Under Ayatollah Obama, the radical 0.1% is running the middle class ragged. As we can see in Missouri, we see thugs, moronic thugs, who have no business being in a university other than to be on a football team, throwing a president off campus for something he didn't do, insisting he be humiliated in the same manner that Chinese humiliated those under Mao Zedong. At the same campus, we see a so-called professor telling a journalist to get off the campus and calling for muscle. Now, you say this is all happening on its own, and I would argue the contrary. This is being orchestrated from an office somewhere in the White House or somewhere in a satellite office related to the White House, run by acolytes of Chairman Mao, Obama. I want you to listen to one of the most despicable well, I can't call him a war criminal because it's not a war crime. I would just say one of the most despicable liars in American political history, Josh Ernst, who I think has to burn his clothing after every press conference. Listen to clip number 4.
You had a small group on campus mobilize other voices on campus that all spoke out together. And I don't think that this started. I think the point is this did start with a small group of people, but you quickly saw them build support all across campus, even among the non-black student population. And I think that is, again, a testament to the shared values of that community.
Values?
And a commitment to fighting hate and intolerance.
Oh, God.
And promoting an atmosphere where all the students who are admitted to that university can find a home there.
Okay, I would say Josh Ernst is either mentally ill or the worst liar in the history of the presidency. So let's listen to what this liar just said. A testament to the shared values of that community, which is what? Shouting down reporters and telling them to get off the campus? Humiliating a president who did nothing wrong? That's a shared value, Josh? Fighting hate and intolerance, how? By using hate and intolerance, Josh? Promoting an atmosphere where all the students can find a home? You mean except conservative students, Christian students, and American middle-class students? They have no home in that cesspool. No, my friends. The student agitators have a command and control center somewhere in the White House. That's topic number 1. I want you to listen to a very short soundbite of a so-called Professor Melissa Click calling for muscle to throw a reporter off the campus. Is this what Josh Ernst means by shared values of that community? Listen carefully to clip 3, please.
Hi, media. Can I talk to you?
No, you need to get out. You need to get out.
No, I don't.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
So there's a white communist woman calling for thugs to come and throw a reporter off the campus. That's shared values to Josh Ernst. That's creating an atmosphere where all the students who were admitted to that university can find a home. Is that the kind of home that you want to send your kids to? A home filled with communist rabble like this? Then we have the other issue, not related to this at all, of the lunatic fringe in the form of Michelle Bachmann pleading for Jews to convert. In an astonishing interview with the Family Research Council, you have to hear clip number 2 again.
We recognize the shortness of the hour, and that's why we as a remnant want to be faithful in these days and do what it is that the Holy Spirit is speaking to each one of us to be faithful in the kingdom and to help bring in as many as we can, even among the Jews, share Jesus Christ with everyone that we possibly can, because again, He's coming soon.
Okay. All I can say is I rest my case. I just say I rest my case. I find this extremely offensive and disturbing from Michelle Bachmann to be picking on the Jews rather than asserting Christianity and demanding that the president protect Christians in the Middle East before it is exterminated in the Middle East. But then again, I'm not surprised by anything that goes on in the country today. The phone number here is 855-400-7282. And another reminder, I'll be on Newsmax TV tonight. I don't even know the times. I should have it in front of me, but my staff didn't give it to me. Let's say right after the debates tonight, you can watch me on Newsmax TV on DirecTV channel 349, Dish channel 223, or watch it online at newsmaxtv.com. I have a little fun on the TV interviews. It's a little change for me, and it's done by Skype. so I don't have to put up with the TV studio. I don't have to go anywhere, frankly. I do it in my own house. So if you want to watch that, that's fine. Now, what would you like to talk about? Bachman, the thugs on campus, Ayatollah Obama being behind it. Mark on WFTL, what's your topic? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I agree with you that this is being run from some central office somewhere, and I believe it's controlled by this gang of thugs that Obama was involved with in Chicago. First of all, it's impossible for some lowlife, some characterless, dull-witted political crook like Obama to be put in the White House without a wealthy group of people that are influential supporting him and putting him in there. He couldn't have done this on his own after a few months.
Absolutely. This man was handpicked. He was cultivated in Hawaii. He was cultivated from Hawaii. He was then cultivated at Columbia. He's been cultivated all along every step of the way, and he's run by some of the most evil, dangerous people on the planet. You got it, my friend. So what are we going to do about the fact that he was elected twice? How do we stop him from destroying what's left of this nation?
Well, we have to do everything we can, but most importantly, we have to make sure that we have fair elections and free elections in this country.
Well, let me say this. You should take heart in the fact that today Ayatollah Obama was stopped by a federal court. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit said to Ayatollah Obama, no, you cannot grant amnesty to 4.3 million illegal aliens from Mexico. No, you can't do it. No, you can't do it. You went over the limit, my friend. And so what does Ayatollah Obama do? He's taking it to the Supreme Court. Why would he take it to the Supreme Court? Well, it's a logical step legally, but does he know something about the Supreme Court that we don't know? Along the lines of Obamacare and that strange, very strange situation with Justice Zero? I'm sending you a copy of Government Zero, by the way. Phone number is 855-400-7282. I want to thank all of you for making the book number 3 on the New York Times bestseller list the first week out of the gate. It's an enormous accomplishment considering that I am blacklisted in the media, and it means that we have a very powerful audience, and I want to thank you for that. KSFO Bill, go ahead, please. Topic number which? Which topic are you on tonight, Bill?
Regarding Michelle Bachmann, Doctor, I want to preface my remarks, if I may, by telling you I really enjoyed the Larry King interview I just saw. And
yeah, everybody likes the Larry King interview between me and Larry. Everyone kind of likes it, and it's because we disagreed on everything, but it was not done with any hatred. It was done with tremendous intellectual integrity. I think that's the reason everyone's responding to it.
Yes, and by way of segueing into the Bachmann topic, I just want to say I loved your remark to him that Jesus was a great Jewish rabbi. And
what, did I say that to? What did I say that to Larry?
You sure did. Yeah, he started to say, "Well, what are you against Jesus or something?" And he said, "No."
Oh, when I was attacking the Pope's idiocy on climate issues, and he said, "Are you against Christians?" I think that's where that came up, and then it led to something where I said, "No, he was a good Jewish rabbi." What do you mean? I'm not against Christians. I think even Larry King got the joke.
No, and you said it with a sincere smile too, and with all.
But Jesus was a Jewish rabbi, wasn't he? I'm not making that up.
Absolutely, that's what rabbi means teacher. That's how the apostles addressed.
Right. Every educated Christian knows that Jesus was Jewish.
And I also want to bring out, how many times a week do I hear out of your mouth the phrase Judeo-Christian? I just think I was taken aback more than I've ever been by your, I think, mischaracterization of her remarks. I did not hear the word convert anywhere. I heard.
Wait, let's listen to this. Share Jesus Christ with everyone that we possibly can. What does that mean, share Jesus Christ? Doesn't that mean sort of convert people?
I don't take it that way at all. I take it as indeed in the literal sense of let's communicate. Let's talk about our shared wisdom.
I think Christianity is a great religion. It's one of the most beautiful religions on the planet. It teaches brotherhood. It teaches peace. It has liberated hundreds of millions of people in modern times. We're not talking about Middle Ages. But I really am uncomfortable with proselytizing and trying to convert people, whatever the religion may be. I don't like people coming to my door in those black suits with those little funny papers telling me to convert either.
Yeah, but I don't think we're talking about that. I think it's just